There's a little bit of something going on.
Latency, man.
I'm not sure what's happening, but that's okay.
Okay.
It's energy. All right, let me check here. Make sure everything's coming on.
So you're live on Facebook, right?
Facebook, YouTube,
Awesome.
Twitch. There's a few of them.
Awesome.
Let's see if it's come on yet. Hmm. Oh yeah, there's people coming in, but there is a problem. Let's see. Test, 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 test. Huh. We'll just deal with it.
Cool.
Okay, let's see. Okay, yeah, we got it. All right. Gabriel F. Nohra. Is that how you say your name?
Yeah, Gabriel Nohra. Yeah.
Nohra.
Nohra.
Nohra. Okay, cool. Yeah, they're starting to come in now. Feedback audio on his side. I don't know. You want to try to plug in your earphone? Can you plug it in directly to the computer? I think when you had your mic on, you couldn't hear me, but
No, I need to put headphones.
yeah, like a headphone into the computer, that'll probably stop all that. Now it's stopped. I don't know what's going on. But I don't know what's going on today anyway. It's like blast off day. All the cells in my body are vibrating.
So
I feel like
if you hear me well, I will go with that.
yeah.
If you are okay.
I think what's happening, what's happening is when you're there. See, when you left, it was fine, but when you came back, but I think it has to do with the sound waves in your space. But that's cool. We'll work it out. You're going to be doing most of the talking anyway.
Yeah.
So where are you located
at? So I'm in Texas right now.
Really? I'm from Texas. What part of Texas are you in?
It's Austin.
I knew you were going to say that. So you're a musician as well as you do energy work.
I'm a hypnotherapist. Yeah, I'm a hypnotherapist, sound healer, and energy worker for sure. I'm a musician, composer, artist, performer.
Yeah.
So yeah, for years I was like splitting those two things, and with time, I would say I'm combining them together now. So yeah, I spent 3 years in California, and I moved lately here.
Oh, you just moved there?
Yeah.
Everybody from California is moving to Texas.
Yeah, but I'm French, Lebanese. So I'm not
Oh, you're French Lebanese.
I'm French Lebanese. I'm not perfect.
My maternal grandfather's Lebanese.
Nice.
So when I meet people sometimes from the Arabic culture, they can see the Arabic in me. It's pretty interesting.
I can see the Middle Eastern in you for sure.
Yeah.
Do you like Lebanese food?
Yes, I love Mediterranean food, Middle Eastern food. I love it. Absolutely love it. I actually have a little snack in there, although I'm juicing, but I made a little snack last night with some madras. I think it's actually Indian. Madras lentils.
Mjadra. Yeah, we call it mjadra. It's like same. Okay. It sounds
okay. I got you. Yeah. Yeah, I could eat that stuff all day long. So, okay. So, how long have you been like this? When did you start doing the energy healing work? I mean, you had to have gotten a download before then, I would imagine.
Yeah. It's a long story, but just to make it very compressed and short,
yeah, it's up to you. Yeah.
I would say, born in Beirut, Lebanon during the civil war, I was very sensitive about what's going on outside. And we had that synthesizer, that keyboard at home back. I had maybe 8 years old. And I played from time to time with the headphones. And I was like, this is really cool. If the people outside, like who are fighting with Kalashnikov and killing each other, would listen to those chords, I'm sure they will stop fighting. And I was a kid, like you have those ideas. I didn't know that one day I will use music to help people and to heal people. But for sure, I use like those beautiful sounds, you know, the Tibetan bowls. But 10 years ago, they were like very new, I would say. And
Oh,
when I
that's
was
nice.
in my healing center, mixing the hypnosis with the sound, people, they were like, this is weird, but I love it.
Yeah.
So. So I started with like a little one and I end up with like 25.
Wow.
Yeah. And the funniest thing is I end up with a very big one. I mean, I have it here. It's very heavy, but I can show it to you.
My God.
This one.
The thing's huge. You could take a bath in it.
That's it. This is what I use it for. You can stand in it. I mean, I will try to play on that one.
Yeah, there's something about the gongs and the singing bowls. There's something about sound and frequency and vibration and resonance that's making a comeback. Like you said, back then people thought it was weird, but it's pretty common now, isn't it?
So now it's a kind of trend, I would say. Everybody is sound healer. So it's like I'm selling you that I'm going to fix your electricity in your house and I'm not the electrician.
Right.
Even if you pay me, I won't do it. So a lot of people, they think that by buying those instruments, they can play, but they are not musicians. So it's kind of like something very, you know, I would say very special. And you should be at least, you know, you learn music to play music. So for sure, those instruments, you know, they are very helpful to fine tune the energy field of the people. And sometimes when you have like a pain somewhere, some emotions could be stuck there. So the sound, when it's harmonious, like those sounds, Asian sounds, I would say, they are very helpful because they are fine tuning. So if I was playing my guitar, knocking on heaven's door, and with untuned guitar, you would tell me like, tune your guitar, Gabriel, first, and then play for us. So this is what happened with the body. Sometimes people, they have like untuned body, and they are, you know, walking through life with this. And yeah, for sure, the healing through the sound is more effective. The meditation with the music is very helpful. It's like having a shortcut.
Yeah.
Because our ears, they are closer to our brain, you know, than anything else.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like when you get messages. I mean, I find that I used to go, why can't I hear the words? You know, why can't I understand explicitly what's being said? And then you kind of like images and symbols to me. Like I don't know what they're saying, but I get a feel for it and I know I'm getting the information. So to me, sounds a lot like that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's mantras and symbol, and they are done with a specific way, and there is, you know, intention. I would say healing is intention and attention. So when because I train trainers, and I tell them once you have like the good intention and you have your attention focused on the partner or like the client, you can help that person to fix things. So they are done with, I would say, intention, and that's why they are very powerful. It's like words, right? And the frequency was before words. Here, another one.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's cool. Do they speak to you?
So actually, I would say there is some energy connected to those instruments. like in everything, actually. I really believe I'm an artist. I'm a musician. So when I buy a guitar, I buy it with certain intention. I'm very particular by choosing the instruments, and I would say it's like a stone. Like the stone will choose you, or the instrument will choose you. So for sure, there's something mystical, I would say, or spiritual with those, beings, and they are happy to vibrate, happy to help. And these are elements
Right.
from planet Earth. So the biggest one is very helpful actually to ground people, because you know that spirituality is not like being floating somewhere. Spirituality is like being grounded
Right.
to go higher. Some people, they are like lost in this. And I like it because it's a non-invasive things. So people, they don't need to put something in their mouth or
Hmm.
having any injection or anything to go through something. It's a non-invasive treatment, which is very respectful for the body, and it's very smooth, very like easy, I would say. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. And somebody's not talking at you, telling you what you need to do and what you have to do. It just comes through in the sound, which is probably the oldest thing, right? I mean,
It is. It is. I did a couple of past life regression for myself, and I did some research about it, because when I started it, when I was in the civil war in Beirut, Lebanon, I knew nothing about sound healing. I knew nothing about music. I was a kid, but at some point, I would say that my soul remembered, and my soul knew it.
hmm
And that's my name is Gabriel, and when I traveled to France, the first instrument I started playing is trumpet. So I'm not doing any, I'm not comparing myself, but the archangels Gabriel, if you check you know, the icons and the picture, he's a trumpet player, like he played trumpet. So there's like little symbols. They are so funny when you discover things and you go beyond. So those sounds definitely, they go beyond the words.
yeah.
So I spent years doing hypnosis and talking to people to go in a deep trance, but sometimes when you play a sound, it's deeper than any word.
Oh, I agree. Totally.
Yes. What about your energy? Do you feel better now?
No, I'm digging it. Yeah, just keep on injecting it into the conversation. My
Yeah.
friend Monica D. Benwer, she's down in Florida. She's a healer and she's a musician. She's
Awesome.
asking me, but I'm asking you. Her question is do you feel that those of us that may need the most healing and eventually become healers gravitate to become musicians? It's a good question.
So I'm a music. I studied film scoring. I composed music for movies in France, and
Mm,
that's why the reason I moved to Hollywood to go forward in the procedure before COVID. And um, when I compose music, so when I composed music at 22, 23, I was like, hey, I composed that song. And I created a lot of, hit song for, I would say, like stars in Middle East and in France.
wow.
And I was like, I did it. And now I can say that this is inspiration.
Yeah. You're a
This is
yeah.
channeling.
You're a
Yeah.
channel. Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember, when I was in Beirut, Lebanon, in my recording studio, playing piano with the songwriter sitting by, on my side, and we were like searching for the right note and searching
Uh-huh.
for the right word, like just to, like a chocolate on a cake, like just to, uh, like designing the song.
Yeah.
We were in a deep trance actually, but we were young. We did, and nobody told us what is being in a trance, what is meditation. And back to that time, we were playing music. But when I play music, and when I played on stage, and when I still playing, I mean, but like facing 5,000 people, they clap, they are happy, they dance, They have emotions.
Yeah.
And after the concerts, when back to the time we signed the album and the posters and stuff, people would tell me like, "Oh my God, you wrote that song for me." I say,
Yeah.
really? I mean, I wrote it for myself in my room. But this is frequency. This is vibration. And this is how words, we can heal people with words, and we can make war with words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I totally, and I've seen that over the last 10 years. Even people that are putting up a post with words or an image that they create. Uh, you know, and you hear a lot of people say this, what they tell you. I've had people, when I was doing a lot of writing early on, people would say that you wrote this for me or you're speaking to me. There's something about that channel that everybody has access to. It just comes out in different forms,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. And actually, doing hypnosis with the sound is something very magical.
So,
Like,
what do you do the hypnosis with people in front of you or you do it online too?
I'm doing like people with me, but like last year I was doing on Zoom,
Mm-hmm.
and it works because it's linguistic and we are working on energy. So you can work on energy on somebody even if it's long distance. But now what's happening with the Wi-Fi and all the all we are bombarded by frequencies and we are bombarded by antennas. I would say the one-to-one is there's a little plus for the one-to-one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you would think so because you'd have the added frequency of being, you
And
know,
and what I do is I put the Tibetan ball on the body
okay.
and we play this sound. So it's not only we can listen to frequencies, but you also our skin is absorbing the
Mm-hmm.
sound. You know, it's not only our ears. Some people would say like, "Oh, Tibetan ball. Okay, I want to listen to it." It's not here.
But I
It's you.
mean, if I had some big Bose speakers here in this room and you played it, I would be getting it through the skin, you know.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
like, and then this thing with the, because I don't know about you, but everything seems to be moving very fast. All of the sensitivities are getting more acute. Uh, both the 5 human ones and the other ones, and just many things are happening. But one of the things you mentioned linguistics, but like what you said about the frequencies and the antennas, and people talk about 5G, and I personally just don't agree. I just feel like that we're bigger than that. Like it's not something working against us. It's actually something that's creating a friction or a catalyst, kind of like COVID. You know, COVID was meant to be something destructive and ill intended, yet look at all the growth that has occurred as a result of it. You know, there's been so many people expand during this last year and a half. I
Oh
don't
yeah,
know.
for sure. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm very positive deep inside, even if. So let me tell you something. When I moved from Lebanon to France, leaving Beirut to Paris, I survived to the civil war. Like,
Yeah, you were in Beirut. Now
yes,
that was a war zone.
yes, and I mean, a lot of Lebanese people survived to. I mean, there's a lot who passed away, especially like from my family.
Wow.
But the people who survived, when I arrived to France, I was like this is a second chance. I was like happy, and and people they were looking at me.
How old were you when you got to France?
When I moved to France, I had 10 years old the first time, and then I did the back and forth Paris, Lebanon, Paris, Beirut.
God.
Yeah, because I mean, just to answer your question about frequencies, sometimes you shake hand, like you say hi to somebody, and you feel the
Yeah.
frequency. You feel, I don't feel like talking to
Yeah.
that guy. And sometimes you say hi to somebody, and you feel like, hey, I know
Hmm.
you. I don't know why, but I
You're
know you.
like that.
Thank you.
You're like
So,
that.
so people are now recognizing each other. They are recognizing their soul family, I would say there's some reconnection is happening now because of this shift. The frequency is shifting. And we are kind of like, oh, I want to go vegan. Oh, I'm going to fast. Like, you know, we are reconnecting to the basics.
Yeah. And
we were like completely in a foggy, I would say, time before, you know, like so people are, I would say, forced to wake up. If they will not do it now, they will be sick, tired, and you know, they will feel like trapped in a loop.
Mm-hmm.
So it's happening now.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt it is. No doubt. So how long have you been an energy practitioner?
Around 9-10 years, I would say.
Yeah. Are you noticing something in your clients or the people that come to see you, like over the last 18 months? Are you seeing people that just woke up coming, or people that are expanding rapidly, or just do you see, you know, a difference in the people that are coming to see you?
I have a lot of requests for past life regression.
Okay.
People are asking to reconnect, which is, if we're gonna make it like more, I would say, like explain it a little bit, it's not past life regression because we are on different dimensions.
I agree with that. Yeah, I totally agree with that.
When we sleep, we are working, and if you wake up tired, it means you are a light worker and you are like working a lot. So yeah, I did a lot of past life regression, and I would tell you something, like even myself, when I was in France in my healing center, like doing sessions like to stop smoking, anxiety, stress, phobias, all those, like I would say, basic stuff. When people ask me for past life regression, I was like, I don't want to do that. And 5 years ago, I start like this call of like, sometime if we feel stuck in a situation or in a relation with somebody, means there's an agreement done, and not, you know, or concluded, or we need to cut this toxic link and fix it. And today, before our live, I had somebody, she showed up for a past life regression, and she had, you know, she broke up with the boyfriend, and not really, and with the family is not going well. So we did this past life regression, and she reconnected. So she mentioned like it's far, far away. And yeah, sometimes there's, you know, those, like I would say, knowingly or unknowingly, some connection with somebody. And if it's not fixed, it will keep, you know, this like buzzing, or I would say like this red light is like blinking.
Yeah.
So this is what I do and fix the lights. So actually I'm an electrician.
So when you do you think that since you started doing energy work up to like when you first started versus today, do you see it being more, has there been any change in terms of the development of the clientele? Like, in other words, is it becoming self-empowering for them?
I would say it's, yeah, sorry.
No, I was just saying, like, is it something that they can carry on without you? Is it something that they can, does it open something up in themselves to be more aware of themselves and have a better channel? Something like that?
I think so. It's easier now. Like back in the time, I would say like it was like digging and like,
yeah,
it was heavy, like different layers. And now people, they showed up, I would say, yeah, like it's the shift is easy, or I would say easier.
Yeah.
With me, with the tools that I have, because I have a bunch of tools. I use different, you know, techniques. I would say you cannot paint a frame with one color.
Right.
We need different. Sometimes I say to people, you know, go and check acupuncture, go and do some massage, go and connect with planet Earth, go and walk in the forest. They need different modalities. you know, to to fix it,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's not the same for everyone, right?
yeah. Some people would love the sound and would feel like I love it, like it's rejuvenating, it's age reset, and I can see the face of the people is
Hmm.
different with the before and after, because when you have this anger deep inside, you can feel it on the face. It's like written. At least I can read it, and I can see the before and after. They look more serene, more like lighter, I would say, because when we are carrying stuff, it's heavy, and there's no reason to keep holding old stuff now. I think it's time
So,
to.
so like, people talk about a lot about shadow work,
Mhm.
and unpeeling the layers, or shedding the skins of the illusion of self, the identities and such. Do you think that sound healing without any type of verbalization can do the same thing?
It's a good question. I've been doing hypnosis and like, working with the linguistic, I would say, like those techniques just to, I would say, hack the brain in a way and like just guide the person to fix it. This sound was very helpful. This sound can offer something very different. I would say it's multidimensional work. But once again, I'm telling you, it's about the practitioner and it's
Mm-hmm.
about the tool also.
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course, of course.
it's
Yeah,
not. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of pianists, but not everyone is Mozart or
that's
Chopin.
right. And somebody may get more out of hearing somebody, banging on a blues piano, or somebody
Yeah.
hearing this. You know what I mean? It's like, but like, so yeah. I mean, when you like, as an example, when you prepare to do a session, I mean, you're saying that every one of them's pretty much different. It just a lot of the practitioners I talk to, they say that it's intuitive. Just they know what to do when the time comes, what tool to use. But like in your case, do you have a relationship with the different singing bowls or instruments? Like, do you intend through your collaboration with the instrument or the singing
Yeah.
bowl?
Yes, Todd, I would say these dudes are amplifiers.
Yeah.
It's like when you have your electric guitar, you plug it into an amp and you play, and this sounds
Mm,
just like wow. So whatever you put intention in anything,
right.
you make it. So I would say the low frequency and the low vibration hate those sounds.
Oh, I got you. So you
So
probably you probably have some people that get pissed off sometimes when they come in for a session.
I have some people shaking, I have some people crying, I have some people laughing, I have some people resisting, I have some people leaving, I would say. And some
Yeah.
people would stay and like would like give me another bite, like
Yeah. Wow.
and so it's related to each person. But I would say for me it was a reconnection, it was evidence.
Yeah.
You know, music for me was the healer. You know,
Yes.
healing me from the Civil War trauma and seeing people killed in their car, burned, and we had that. Like we were bombarded by like real weapon. It's not a joke. It's not
I
like
know. I remember
yeah. It's
the
not a
footage.
Sylvester Stallone movie or.
No, no, no,
It's
no.
like
This is like, so
you
you're
are
talking. This would have been the late '80s, right? Was it in the late
yes,
'80s? Yeah.
yes, yes,
Yeah, that was some serious. Uh,
yes.
I mean, it's one thing to be having a battle out, like out in the middle of nowhere, but to have it in the middle of a city. I mean, I can't even imagine trying to be functional and having a normal life or routine with that stuff going on. When
Yeah,
did you have a wake up experience, or was it just kind of something that was always there?
I had different moments in my life when there's like So I remember I had 7 years old, 7 or 8, and I was laying in my bed trying to sleep. And it was hard to sleep for a kid, when you have like like these are the real sound effects, I would say. And you cannot sleep with this. Like you are like there's insecurity. And I was praying so hard, praying, and at some point I was in a tipsy, like I was like kind of, I would say trance,
Yeah.
but like sleeping but not sleeping, and I saw Jesus, and I just heard, "You will follow me," and I slept like a baby, I would say.
Hmm.
But that moment, maybe it was a couple of seconds, but I still remember it till now.
Wow.
So yeah, this is my first connection, I would say, because I was like, it's like a electric thing, like. And later on in France, I was like going through hard time with my band, and I was like, why I'm here, why I'm alone, why I'm going through this experience, why nobody's helping me, and I'm not happy. Like, hey God, if you hear me, I'm not happy. And I turned off the light and I tried to sleep, and I slept, and all of a sudden a huge light in my bedroom, like, and I say, oh, maybe I didn't turn my light, and I did on off, and nothing changed in my bedroom. And I was like, this is scary. I don't know what's going on, but this is very powerful.
Yeah.
So I put all the lights in my apartment. I mean, when something happened like that, like you wake up in the night and you see like a huge column of light, like even bigger than the apartment.
Yeah.
And this is not something from our dimension.
No.
And yeah, like other experience happened later on. During my sessions, sometimes the session is not for the person that paid the session, but for somebody who passed away.
Right.
And there's some, I would say, relation between, like the husband or the wife who passed away. I remember that person. She said, like, my husband used to be a conductor, and I saw literally, because I have a white wall, so I literally saw a guy like doing this.
Yeah.
I was like, am I in a deep trance? Is it my imagination? Am I going crazy? And she just, mentioned he used to be a conductor, a musician.
Right.
And I had this, I say, okay, so I'm not like a crazy guy. Okay, somebody is like just validating what I saw.
But it's interesting because we've been doing this for a few years, and you can see the change we've all been going through the stories that everyone are telling. And these things that you're describing, they may not happen exactly like that way for me or somebody else, but you still get these extraordinary moments. And I'm glad you mentioned it, because there's a lot of people waking up now that might tune into the show, because I get messages every day saying
Yeah.
that. But what I'm saying is that they're not like smooth all the time. They're a little bit frightening. They can
They
be,
are. They
and
are.
I don't know about you, but anytime anything like that's happened to me, even though I might get scared, I always know it's real. But at the same time, you do question yourself, don't you?
I would say, there's I love your question. I would say there's a wall between, so how can I explain it? There's a curtain. So you have people like they are behind the curtain, and you
Yeah.
have people from the other side. Let's say like the stage and the backstage,
Yeah.
or the stage and the audience. There's a curtain.
You're right.
And we can be in this fear vibration, because we are, like stupid human beings, and we are afraid. We are kids. We are like touching, oh, this is a cup. Oh, I'm happy with this cup. Or like, oh, this is my Tibetan bowl. You don't, yeah. We are like kids. We are teenagers. I would say, like on planet Earth, we are still teenagers.
Yeah, I
As long
agree.
as we fight and we create wars for whatever and killing people, we are teenagers.
Yeah.
We will be a human one day, maybe, but for me, maybe I'm wrong, and hopefully I'm wrong, but and maybe we are going into adult age now, I don't know. But I would say, for this awakening, the spiritual awakening, what I could say is feel the fear and make it.
Yeah.
Feel the fear and go beyond that fear. Because a lot of people, they are believer, they are like maybe Christian or Muslim or Jewish, they are listening to us maybe right now, and they say, oh, no, this is the fear. And I would say I can connect to God without a translator,
Yeah.
without somebody who is like, I'm going to translate for you, with all the respect that I have. So all the religion for me, they are bridges to
Yeah.
connect us to God, but we have to open also our eyes, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like what you say about the fear because to me, what the fear does is you're less open. Like, like you're less open to what it might bring. Uh, you know, and then I know, again, I know things are changing very rapidly because more and more people are having these experiences, and more people are becoming self-empowered, and they're looking to themselves. Um, Not that they don't, like you said, that not that they don't respect others or what they have to say, but when it comes down to what they're really starting to be empowered by is their own information, their own connection, which comes in so many different ways for people.
So for me, it comes by three things: or by accident,
Hmm.
or by pain, the pain, or like being sick, or going through like not accident, but like physical pain, like they
Yeah,
are sick, or or by education,
yeah,
like they start reading books and they explore, oh, Dolores Cannon, oh, past life regression, oh, let so what I recommend to people is like just to be nice with themselves, not forcing the process,
yeah,
not because I saw a lot of people, they jump trying ayahuasca and then they go back, they want to jump and try whatever. And for me, it's like forcing the door. And when you
mm,
force the door to open it, you cannot close it back. And those low frequencies, they are happy to, you know, sneak or like to grab our energy, because we have to remember that we are very powerful
oh yeah,
as a human being, even if I would say like all the media or the education or etc are trying to convince us that, oh, we are kids and we need protection. We are very powerful.
oh absolutely, we are. We're the universal mutt. We got everybody. We got everything in our DNA, so it only makes sense. A lot of
Exactly.
people are having um, experiences where um, ex- they're actually doing things, and through their experience, through their higher sensitivities, certain skills, certain abilities. Have you had anything happen to you where you're like going, "Oh my God, I just did that"?
You mean the deja vu effect?
Oh, more like just a miraculous thing, like maybe
Oh my God.
one of your sessions or something that happened with you. A lot of times these things seem to happen when we're by ourselves and nobody can see what happened, right? I mean,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, it happened to me one time in France. I was laying down doing my meditation, and I saw this beautiful green on my, all over the place. A green that I never saw before. Like we don't have this green on
right.
here. and this beautiful mix of different layers of green. And I'm very connected to angels, and I was like, oh, maybe Raphael, let's take my phone and take a picture. At least I can show it, to friends around, you know. And it disappeared by itself because I drifted from my unconscious mind to my conscious
Right.
mind, and I had nothing on my picture. And I was like, okay, I'm so sorry for that. Maybe it was disrespectful
Can you
or
come back, please?
inappropriate. And please
And
reconnect me with that green. And it took
yeah,
me a couple of minutes to show up again.
yeah,
So it's very tricky, I would say. Very
yeah.
tricky.
And how about like musically? Like I know a few years back when I was in the original studio, because I write a lot, and I guess compose, and so I started getting instrumentals, different types of instrumentals from different music genres, and I started to put my words to music and make music videos. And I would spend all my time alone doing this, and some amazing things would happen. Now they look like it's a coincidence, like you do a first take with an instrumental, and the last word that you speak ends on the last note, or you put it up on the screen and put some pictures to the music and the words, and there's a bass beat, and without programming it, the pictures lined up with the bass beat or some
Yeah.
just weird stuff. Do you have anything like that happen when you're making music?
Oh my God. Yeah, for sure. I
Yeah.
mean, especially when you are in the recording studio working,
Mm.
like you are on the spot recording, all the mics ready, you play something, and sometimes it could be like, yeah, unprogrammed program, I would say.
Right.
Something unprogrammed. It happened a lot. And I would say something about music, we had those years, maybe 40 years of music reprogramming our mind by the radio, the songs, the artists, the music videos, all those stuff.
Right.
And this is something very dear to me because for me, music is a message for people, and music should help people, make them happy, they feel joyful with it, and not like going into the shadow or dark stuff and
Right.
like awakening the devil inside, because we all have those like polarities. We are not perfect, we are working on ourselves, and we have to find this balance.
Yeah.
But when all these productions, because I'm a music producer, I produced 15 artists in my life, from Star Academy, The Voice, and I produce for myself stuff, and I know what is the production, I know what is like filming, editing, and all those stuff. So imagine all those messages to keep people in fear.
Yeah.
Imagine all those, songs just to fix people in that frequency of awareness, and not like opening up to the
Yeah.
universe, to the cosmos.
No, I can relate to that. And again, for some people, you know, one composition might offer one thing to them, and then it's something totally different to another person. But there's certain I guess tones, uh, sounds that just seem like they make anybody stop, right? Like adagio with strings, or maybe it's Beethoven, or it's I
Yeah.
don't know if you know Funkadelic, that guitar instrumental. It's called Maggot Brain. I mean, there's just certain things that music, I guess, in a sense, in the earth plane is. I've always believed it's a universal language.
Yeah, it is. And you know that if you observe the planet Earth, just observing the planet Earth, and you go and you zoom in Africa, the continent Africa, you can pick up sounds from there. You can pick up percussions. You can pick up amazing stuff. And for me, every chakra is related to a continent, and every chakra is related to a specific color, musical color from a
Right.
continent.
Yeah.
For example, you mentioned Mozart and Chopin and the classical music. For me, it talks to our intellectual, to our scientific. If you are a mathematician, you would love it because like Mozart is like very boom, boom, boom. And just for the funny story, I did a past life regression and I used to be like the right hand of Mozart, like writing the scores. I was the unknown guy just writing the scores. And I don't know why at the age of 8, 7, and 8, I start playing music as like I'm very familiar with that. So it's very interesting.
That is
The,
interesting.
the music in the Middle East is the music connected to the heart chakra. It's like the Indian music. If you listen to a sitar, you don't need to think about it. It would
Yeah.
take you there. You know, when
Yeah.
I
That's,
play those sounds, I mean, you don't think about it. You go there.
yeah.
You are
I
already
know.
in Nepal. You don't think about it.
I remember, what was it? There was a 1971. I was probably 10, and George Harrison had the concert for Bangladesh, and they made a movie out of it. And at the beginning of the movie, and the beginning of the album, he does about a 20 or 30-minute set with Ravi Shankar, and it's the sitars. They're sitting around with the sitars. I'd never heard it before, but you're right. Uh, there's something about that music that takes you back, I guess, in a way.
Yeah, yeah. And this is the magical moments in music. This is the mystery around music. Like with the solo of an electric guitar, you can like directly shift, you know, like drums, bass, electric guitar, and that's
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
There's a lot of artists, they played only ukulele, this like little guitar,
hmm,
and that's it. You don't need more than that.
no,
So for me, music is magical. Somebody asked here, Caitlin asked about like what color and chakra is USA. It's very funny. For me, it's like related to second chakra and first chakra. But I mean, this is me.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we had the Soulogy Fest in May, and there was Eric Rankin, uh, was there with his what he calls sonic geometry. Is that right? I think that's right.
Mhm, mhm.
And then he was there. He did a presentation, and also JJ and Desiree Hertog. He wrote the Keys of Enoch, and they both talked about the relationship between sound and color,
Mhm.
uh, and also sound, color, and geometry. But more specific to the sound and color, and of course the association with chakras and so on. But how this was, and they had some great information, great slides and presentations and such. But how this is like the original expressions as the universe began to expand in its expressions, like sound was the first, you know,
Yeah.
kind of the first way it started. So, which is like the root of, say, mantras and toning and that type of thing. Do you do anything like that?
I do different things with. I use the tuning forks. I use the
Mm,
crystals also. I would say the crystals, they are more factory designed. They are,
mm-hmm.
but the Tibetan bowl, they are like handmade.
Yeah.
And in the Tibetan bowl, there's different categories. It's like when you go and buy olive oil, you have olive oil like the real one, organic, and you have olive oil, but they are the label is olive oil. I
Right.
mean, for me, the silence is very important in music. It's not
Yeah.
about the music, but so I saw a lot of like sound healer, and they play music nonstop, and you are tired. The brain is like saturated. So I would say for those people who are like starting to, you know, play music or like being a healer, silent is very important to let the energy go down and just like relax. The energy need to like. And what I do usually in my classes is I invite people to do some movements, some tapping, just to move the energy, because the energy is sometimes locked. It's like, I would say, yeah, glued, and we need to shake it. So I use different modalities, different sounds. I lately start doing hypnosis 5.1, like theater, like surround system.
Okay.
With like different voices. So I tried it in France, actually. I tried it in Europe on different people. I tried it on myself. Because when you have like, imagine a ball going into the goal, like the soccer game.
Yeah.
And if you have like two balls showing at the same time, you can grab one, but you cannot grab the other one. So in our brain, it's the same. And if you check advertising on TV, they are very smart. They use hypnosis for people. You know that.
Yes.
They use hypnosis in a bad way, not with ethical way. So when you have like double message going into your brain, you will always keep one. So that's why you see hypnotists on stage. He say like, sleep deeper. And because he's sending the message of sleeping, and he's like, you know, snapping his fingers. So when you have like double message, the brain is confused, like, which one should I take?
Yeah.
So that's why I use different techniques: the sound, the music, the linguistic, the energy. Yeah, it's a whole word.
So do you want to do something for us before we get out of here? Do you want to do something with music and sound?
Sure, can do that.
Anything that comes to your...
Yeah, I didn't plug my right microphone. I hope that the sound is good.
It sounds pretty good. I can hear all those singing bowls
Okay.
very well.
I mean, I can do something for sure. So, yeah, we can do like a mini sound guided meditation. Very nice. And, you know, would you?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that sounds perfect.
So let's start with different sounds first. So yeah, for the people who are like following us or watching us, for your audience, I invite you just to close your eyes for a second, take a deep breath, and just enjoy the sound. Connect with your breathing. Even if you want like to keep your eyes open, just take a deep breath. And why we do that? Why we do like taking a deep breath, actually? Because when you breathe, you don't think. So when I take a deep breath, I'm automatically disconnecting from the outside world. And as you do that, just create some symbols in your mind and signs. Like you can draw the word Zen, for example, or like the word relax. And inhale those sounds. And as you do, just create a bridge between yourself there and the sound here. But you know that you are not there and you are not here. You could be everywhere. Because now if you imagine that you are eating an apple in your kitchen, you can see the apple and you can imagine your kitchen, but maybe you are not in your kitchen. And if I tell you like, hey, don't imagine a red tomato in a white plate, you automatically now saw the red tomato and the white plate. So all we are doing right now is like just testing your focusing on your breathing and relaxing, connecting to the power of your mind. And as you relax deeper, I'm changing the sounds here and taking another Tibetan bowl. And deep inside in your mind, just create this rainbow of colors, different colors. Inhale new and exhale old. You take a deep breath. Because I saw a lot of people, they don't breathe. They take like short breaths during the day. So when you take a deep breath, you are just, taking back your power. So as you do that, just trust yourself and just discover treasures deep inside. Experience and feel this pleasure. Just to reconnect to yourself and how to relax, how to allow your mind to relax for a couple of seconds. See what you see, hear what you hear, and feel what you feel. You take a deep breath and let go. And as you turn off your mind, just discover the silence deep inside. The silence. And now when you take a deep breath, just give yourself permission. Give yourself permission. Perfect. That's it. You take a deep breath and you can open your eyes.
That's awesome, man. That's I've listened to a lot of people, with singing bowls, and then some of them have been very good, but yours is very direct. The sounds are very sharp, and I don't know, it's a different experience. You're very good with that.
Thank you so much.
No doubt.
It
So-
means a lot to me coming from you. Thank you so much.
You're in Austin, and I'm gonna have to head down that way.
You're welcome. You're gonna explore the biggest Tibetan bowl. You're gonna stand in it.
Yeah, I would definitely look you up. I'd go right through there on 35. Hey, yeah, this is I feel like we just barely got into anything. This is really cool.
Yeah,
I'm
awesome.
really impressed with the with your work with the singing bowls, because like I said, I've heard a lot of people, and not to take anything away from them at all, because I've heard some really good, powerful stuff, but yours carries a different frequency. My friend Dion, she lives in San Antonio. She says she wants to know, can she ask you, where did you get your singing bowls?
From there. I traveled 45 countries in my life, and I connected with teachers and masters, I would say, and I bought the instruments during my trips when I travel. I don't buy. I want to say hi to Tamiline. She's awesome.
Yeah, she is awesome.
She's super excited. I think that we connected and we are.
She's amazing. She's really amazing.
Hello. The instruments is like a stone. I won't recommend people to buy online any stone or any instruments. I'm so sorry to say that, but
No, I think you got a very good point.
it's a real connection. It's like meeting somebody on those like dating apps and meet somebody in real life.
You're funny.
So
So are you going to be staying around in Austin for a while?
I love your state. I love your state.
Yeah,
And I'm very, how can I say, I left Lebanon because I felt that I was like shooting in the wind in a way. It's funny because we are talking about war, but I left Lebanon. I left Middle East because I felt like I'm talking like a monologue. I did a lot of TV shows in Lebanon, and I'm very happy, and I'm very proud, and I'm very grateful, but I'm very sad also.
Yeah.
It's like you broke up, or you get through a divorce, and you tried, and yeah, it's like love from one side, I would say.
Yeah.
France and Europe, there's a shift. Something is happening there, good and bad at the same time.
Yeah.
I would say US is awakening in a way. And I'm going forward in my path. Like I'm walking. I keep walking, and yeah, it's a lesson. Traveling from a continent to another, meeting people, and it's not like having a Reiki certification in 2 weeks. I mean, I love Reiki people. I'm just telling, like, it's not like a 2 days training and then, oh, you know what? Hey, I'm a life coach or whatever. My respect, with all my respect to all those guys who are.
I get what you're saying. So, what part of Austin do you live in?
We have to mention it online.
Oh no! I'm sorry. It's okay. But are you in the city or are you outside?
Yeah, I'm in the city. Yeah,
in the city
of Austin. People can reach me.
No. I'm curious because I've got a lot of friends that live down that way, and
yeah,
I know I'm going to be going to Texas. I have to go down there and take care of something. I'm not quite sure. 2 or 3 months from now, it looks like, but
I'm very happy to see you and connect with you, and to explore past life regression. Who knows?
Here, let's see.
This is my email. So
here, I'll put it on. I'm going to put it on all the platforms.
Awesome. And this is my website.
Boom.
We need some update, but
so hang on a second, and I'll let's have a little chat. Let's have a little chat after we unplug here.
Yeah, sure. I mean, thank you so much for all, the people who joined us. And I feel very grateful to be your guest. Thank you so much, Todd.
No, it's an honor having you on and sharing space with us. I'm really happy that we got this worked out.
Thank you so much.
I'm going to chat a little bit with Gabriel. We might be coming on, not Gabriel and I, but we might be broadcasting something a little bit later. It just depends. I'm not quite sure. This is how it goes. But I'm going to talk to him about getting him to come back on and expanding on what he's introduced us to so far, because I think it has a lot of value. And he obviously has that down to earth. The human is a hero. I am soul spirit. So yeah, I'm really happy to have made the acquaintance, and I'm really happy that the community got to see you. And thank you, Tammy Lynn, for always showing up. And you probably had something to do with this connection.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you so much, Tammy Lynn, and thank you for what you are doing, Todd. I mean, you are putting the spot on different light workers. And I would say the truth is not where the people were looking. The truth was in another direction, and you are putting the spot, and this is amazing. You are doing a great job. I follow your podcast, so
thank you. I appreciate that. We'll see you guys later. Hang on a second, Gabriel. Thank you very much for